إليك إله الخلق أرفع رغبتي وإن كنت يا ذا المن والجود مجرما ولما قسى قلبي وضاقت مذاهبي جعلت الرجاء مني لعفوك سلما.
A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajeem. I seek refuge with Allah from Satan the stone. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. With the name of Allah, most gracious, most merciful. Assalamu alaikum, brothers and sisters. My name is Shaikh Khan, and on behalf of International Islamic Propagation Center, I would like to welcome all of you who have joined us here today, and also those who are watching us on Paltalk and on our website www.iipc.tv. Before I invite Brother Shaikh to come on the rostrum and deliver the lecture on today's topic, what Al-Quran says about riba, increase, I would like to give you a brief introduction about the center, about Brother Muhammad Shaikh, and also about today's proceedings. For those who are new here today, I would like to inform you that International Islamic Propagation Center does not belong to, or nor is it affiliated with, any school of thought. Its sole purpose is to propagate the book of Allah, the Quran, that has been given to us through his messenger Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, the seal of the prophets. I would also like to, as I've been mentioning during the beginning of this session, that we have recently launched an online channel that is showing programs of various and renowned scholars, including Brother Muhammad Sheikh's lectures online. It's one of the few online TV channels with the Islamic content airing 24 hours of the day. And I would like to request all of you who are here and all those who are listening online that you inform others in your circle of family and friends about this web channel, web TV channel through which we are propagating the message of Allah. I would also like to just briefly tell you about Brother Muhammad Shaikh. Brother Muhammad Shaikh is not only the founder and the chairman of International Islamic Propagation Center, but he is a full-time devotee in the cause of Allah. And over the last 20 years, he has delivered many lectures which are available on our website and also are being relayed live on our web TV channel as well from time to time, among other scholars and other lectures as well. I also mentioned that the lectures are available on our website and through the center directly in DVD format and in other formats as well, but mainly in DVD format with reference booklets. Coming to today's lecture, I would like to give you a little bit of information for those who are sitting here. You should have been provided, and if you have not, please do request one from one of the administrators, a booklet. And in this booklet, if you have the opportunity, if you can open that booklet right now, I'd like to just point out a few brief things. This booklet, on the left-hand side, you will see the translation, and on the right-hand side, the corresponding ayats from the Quran. And this lecture will follow the format in the sequence of this booklet. During the course of the lecture, you may have some questions, and we encourage you to write those questions on a piece of paper that should have also been provided to you along with the pencil. And after the lecture is over, you will be given an opportunity during a question and answer session to ask your question and seek clarification. For those listening online on our website, I would like to inform you that you can also interact with the speaker directly. Now I invite Brother Muhammad Shaikh to come to the rostrum and deliver the lecture on today's topic, as to what Al-Quran says about riba, increase. Brother Muhammad Shaikh.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Peace and blessings of Allah to all of you, ladies and gentlemen, welcome. A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajeem. I seek refuge with Allah from the shaitan, the stone. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. With the name of Allah, most gracious, most merciful. The topic is what the Quran says about Riba, translated as the increase. What the Quran has to say in the ayahs in different surahs and chapters of the Quran. But before I speak directly of the Quranic ayahs, I would like to give you the meaning of few words, the meaning of the words, of Arabic words that are not translated sometime and that are not properly translated. Either they are not translated or they are translated not correctly. For example, Islam. Islam, normally it is not translated. Al-Quran, not translated. So people in the languages, in Urdu or English or in any other language, they know the word Islam and then they can talk anything about it, that Islam says this and Islam says that, but they do not translate the word Islam. Similarly, the word Al-Quran, not translated. So first of all, I will give you the meaning of few words, like Islam means to attain peace. Salam, I said Assalamu alaikum, peace be unto you, all of you, peace. Salam means peace, Islam to attain peace. Al-Quran means the reading. Iqra means the read, to read. Iqra is a command ordered by Allah to read. Read. These are the words, like that is why I'm giving you the translation. So first of all, these few words that I will translate will occur in the text of our lecture, in the ayahs that I will be reading. So if you know the meanings and if you register the meanings, then it will be easier for you to understand the lecture. First of all, the word al-bay'. It's an Arabic word, al-bay', means the deal. In Urdu, sauda, the deal. Al-bay', Arabic, means the deal or the sauda in Urdu. Then there is the word tijara. Tijara in Urdu also, in Arabic also, means business. Mean business. I'm just reading the meanings. Al-ghanim. Al-ghanim means the profit. Al-ghanim means the profit. Munafa. In Arabic, munafa means the advantage. In English, the advantage. Zakah means the justification. I'm just giving you the meaning, then we'll discuss these words also. Zakah means the justification. Sadqa means the charity. Sadqa means the charity. Zakah means the justification. And Riba, the topic is the increase. The increase. Riba, translated as the increase. The two words, ghanim and munafa, because since in Pakistan the Urdu language, people speak Urdu language, I have to clarify one point before I discuss these words. In Arabic, ghanim means profit. In Arabic, in English means profit. Arabic, ghanim means the profit. In Urdu, it means munafa. Listen to me very carefully. In Arabic, ghanim means profit. Profit translated in Urdu would be munafa. But there is another word Arabic that is nafa or munafa in Arabic. The translate of Arabic nafa into English would be the advantage, and translated in Urdu would be faida. This is very important to understand the whole lecture. I repeat, al-ghanim of Arabic translated in English is profit, in Urdu it is munafa. And the nafa of Arabic translated in English is the advantage, Urdu faida. Because people are interchanging these two words, so you should be very clear to what I am saying. Now, Riba simply means the increase. Simply, normally it is translated as usury or the interest of the bank. That is what the normal norm, you know, it is translated as such. But what Riba in English, in Arabic, in Urdu, in English it means the increase, or in Urdu it means badhoti. Badhoti. Something it grows, it increases. So I will just tell you in my own words that in our people, men and women, they have to live in this world, they have to have sustenance to live in this world. They have to have some money. This is how we live in the world, to have sustenance. So what we do is, either we make a contract or a deal with some people hire me for a job, so I have a contract with that person, or you can say a deal with that person. Some owner has a deal. I'm an expert on certain thing. I'm an MBA or a doctor or engineer or architect. So I have a contract with the business people, and they have a deal with me, and a contract is written down that for this amount of work I'll be paid this much amount of money. So this is a deal between me and the owners. So by this virtue I get money, I get profit. Why I work? To earn money. So I get the profit to sustain my livelihood, my family, and then also I want to have luxuries in the world. So from that earning of my money, I sustain my life, and then and also increase my status from the profit. So whatever the amount of money I am getting is a profit, in the shape of a profit. So in the Arabic it is ghanim. But after the expenditures that I occur in my life, the expenditures are excluded from that profit, and some amount is remains over. That remaining is the net profit of my life. It's simple understanding. That remaining profit, what I have to do, I accumulate for rainy season or to improve my status. That remaining part, profit, is that remaining part is my profit. So this is how people live. Either do you do business, tijara, business is again some profit. There are certain expenditures and certain expenses on myself or on certain investment that I've done, and then I exclude the expenditure. The remaining profit that I get is the net profit. Again, that is ghanim. So Allah is, in the Quran is I'll come to that ayah. Allah tells us whatever you do in life, when you are a Muslim or submitter for Allah, you have to give zakah. Now zakat is wrongly translated as charity. It is I translate it as justification. Why I establish a salah, why I go to sacred mosque for Hajj or Umrah, I must have an ayah of the Quranic ayat as a governing ayat, as an order of Allah, why I am doing so. So that means I am justifying myself, the act that I justify myself of establishing the salah or going to Hajj or doing Umrah, or I am not gambling, I am not doing wrong. All the governing ayats, that commandments or the orders that Allah gives to me, I if somebody asks me, why do you do so? So I say, I am a Muslim, a submitter for Allah, and this is my ayat of the Quran to justify my act. People have been justifying their act according to what they believe in. It is zakah in Arabic. Whatever act you justify, your actions, why you do so. So if people ask you why are you doing such and such thing, and you try to justify the act, is justification. So Allah is asking the believer or Muslim submitter for Allah to justify all acts that are commanding in the ayats. All orders that you understand, you have to justify the acts, your actions, amal. Now, the question is, sadaqah. Sadaqah is charity. Similarly, Allah gives us wealth and some profit. After the expenditures, the profit is left over, and that profit left over, we have to give sadaqah, the charity. Whatever the sadaqah, the charity that I give to poor or to the needy, the sadaqah is the charity that I'm giving. In Arabic, sadaqah means charity that you give. Why I give is zakah. Why I give? Why I'm giving? To justify the wealth that the profit that Allah has given to me. I'm giving zakah, justifying my wealth, that what Allah has given to me, and out of that wealth, the amount that Allah has asked me to give sadaqah, charity. Why I do so? So I give zakah is justification, and what I give is sadaqah, charity. Now, before I open this ayat, if I do not give that sadaqah, charity, whatever the amount Allah has laid down in the ayahs, if I do not, listen to me very carefully, if I do not give the sadaqah, the charity that Allah has asked me to do so, so that wealth, that amount, whatever the amount, with me would be in my profit, would be what? In the profit that I have got, after my expenditure, some profit I have got, and that profit, if I do not give the sadaqah, charity for the people that Allah has asked me to give, whatever the amount, if I do not give, so in that profit, what the sadaqah, charity would be? Can anybody say? And I say, what? Increase. The amount that I do not give, it will be an increase. Whatever the amount profit I have got, I have to give certain amount of wealth to the poor or whatever the needy. That is sadaqah, the charity. If I do not give, it will be the increase in my profit. And that Arabic word is riba. Riba means the increase. It simply increased. It was that amount was supposed to be given. You did not give, it increased in your wealth, in your amount. Let's, like for example, I say 100 is a unit, a digit. Suppose the X I have to give. So that means 100 is the total amount of profit or ghanim that I have got after my expenditures. The amount that I have got, and then what I give is X amount. So 100 minus X would be the justification of sadaqah. If I do not give, so it will be 100 plus X. It increased. It increased. The amount that was not given would be 100 plus X. So that is the increase in the amount. So when you listen to the lecture, you have to understand this basic words that I have translated, because this is how then the ayahs of the Arabic text will be easier to understand. Now, in the world, riba has been described by people as an interest of the bank. Now, what people do with the banking system, I'm not very expert. People who are expert than me, I just simply know that I have a deal with the bank. They say, if you give us this amount of money, we will give you this much of profit, and you name as interest. The money that I have put in the saving bank is basically mine. It remains mine. I take interest on it. So it has a deal between me and the bank. 1 lakh rupees or 1 lakh unit, I put in the bank, and some amount I get the interest. and they say it is not lawful. This is what people say. But this is a deal between me and that bank. This is al-bai. Al-bai means the deal. I know before I go into any transaction with the bank, I make sure what is the deal, what amount of interest I'll be getting. So it is between two parties. Al-bai means the deal. So we had a deal, and they say we will give you this much of interest or the profit. It is, you can understand this similarly. I have got a car of 1 lakh rupees. I convert it into a taxi. The car remains mine. I give on rent, and I take money, rent amount of money. Similarly, I've got a house. My house remains of 1 lakh. Car remains of 1 lakh. It remains mine, but I take money on it. Similarly, when you put the money in the bank, it is like you're giving money on rent. You take profit from it because you have deposited this amount of money in the bank. So you're renting renting the money. It remains on a rent basis. Like 1 lakh remains constant in your car or in your house or in money, and you take rent on it. So what the people have been saying, that the banking system is basically a riba interest, or that's a translated. But it is basically a deal between two parties, between me and the party. It's a deal. What Allah is talking about increase is in getting increase from the charity, the sadqa that you do not give, just simply increase within yourself. And when we listen to the ayahs, and then we can understand how it will work. So now I come to the ayahs. Surah Al-Anfal 8 and ayah 41. وَاعْلَمُوا أَنَّمَا غَنِمْتُم مِّن شَيْءٍ فَأَنَّ لِلَّهِ خُمُسَهُ وَلِلرَّسُولِ وَلِذِي الْقُرْبَى وَالْيَتَامَى وَالْمَسَاكِينِ وَابْنِ السَّبِيلِ إِن كُنتُمْ آمَنْتُمْ بِاللَّهِ وَمَا أَنزَلْنَا عَلَى عَبْدِنَا يَوْمَ الْفُرْقَانِ يَوْمَ الْتَقَى الْجَمْعَانِ وَاللَّهُ عَلَى كُلِّ شَيْءٍ قَدِيرٌ. And know that surely whatever ghanim profit you get from anything, if you believe in Allah, then surely 1/5 of it, that is sadaqah, charity, is for Allah and for the Rasul, the messenger, and for the qurba, the relatives, and for yatama, the orphans, and for masakin, the needy, and for ibn sabil, the sons of the way, and whatever we reveal over our servant on the day of the division, the day when the two accumulations are met. And Allah has power over everything. Now in this ayah, the first portion of that ayah, وَاعْلَمُوا أَنَّمَا غَنِمْتُم مِّن شَيْءٍ, and know that whatever profit you get from anything, min shay'in, shay means anything. Either you're getting the profit from business, or you are doing job, or you're having a contract from, or your inheritance money you get. Anything from anything you get, any amount of profit, then the categories are mentioned, that 1/5 is for the categories. Allah and His Messenger, and I will read later on. But from this little portion of ayah, the amount from your profit that you have to give away is 1/5. Categorically, clearly mentioned in the ayahs of Quran. 1/5 is out of 100, it is 20. Like for example, 100 rupees you get the profit after the expenditures. 20 is for these categories that I read. We'll discuss later on. Just to explain to you that X amount is 20 out of 100, 20 is the categories. Out of 100, 20 is out of 100, your profit is 100. Suppose whatever your profit is 100, so 1/5 of the profit is 20. So 100 minus 20 would be 80, and 80 is yours. 20 is for the categories. And for the categories is for the Allah and the Messenger, and I will discuss that. But let us discuss this first, this little point. Because this, if it is clear, it would be easy for us to understand further. Out of 100, 20 is for the categories and 80 is yours. That is yours. Whenever you do business or you do contracts or you do anything, if a profit is, you get a profit from anything, inheritance, doing any sort of deal, banking deal, you're having a deal with the bank, you get a profit, it is a deal. Remember, it's a deal, any deal. The profit you get, out of that profit, 20 is for the categories and 180 is yours. If I do not give this 20, it will be increased in 80. It will be an increase, and that is riba. If I do not give the 20, it would be increased in my in 80, because mine is 80. If you are a believer, if you are a believer for Allah and His Messenger, if you believe in Allah and Messenger, whatever, why you establish the salah, I told you zakah, you have to justify. So Allah has said, out of your profit, 1/5 is for the categories. If that 1/5 you give away, that is 20. So if you do not give, it would be riba. It will increase in your profit. Because your profit is out of 100, 20 is minus 80 is your profit. So now, I will read the categories. If you look, 6 categories, the categories are for Allah, 1, for the Rasul, the Messenger, 2, and for Qurba, the relatives, and for Yatama, the orphans, and for the Masakin, the needy, 5, and 6 are Ibn Sabil, the sons of the way. There are 6 categories here. But one ayat that is not in their booklet, I will just read that ayat and translate for you, just to tell you there are 2 more categories in them. And that is, I'm just reading, you can write down the reference, Al-Hashr 59 and 7 and 8. Surah Al-Hashr 59, 7, 8 and 9. I read for you. ما أفاء الله على رسوله من أهل القرى فلله وللرسول ولذي القربى واليتامى والمساكين وابن السبيل كي لا يكون دولة بين الأغنياء منكم وما آتاكم الرسول فخذوه وما نهاكم عنه فانتهوا واتقوا الله إن الله شديد العقاب. And whatever Allah has bestowed from the people of the cities over His Messenger is for Allah, is for Rasul, the Messenger, is for the Qurba, the relative, and for Yatama, the orphans, and for Masakin, the needy, and for Ibn Sabil, the sons of the way. So the wealth may not be a thing taken in turns among the rich of you, and whatever He, the Messenger, gives you, take it, and whatever He forbids you about it, so forbid. And take guard of Allah, surely Allah is strong in punishment. Now in this ayat, I just have to explain to you 2 points. That where the wealth is being accumulated to the Messenger, it says that whatever Allah has bestowed from the people of the cities over His Messenger. So every person who is a believer, who is a Muslim submitter for Allah, he is getting a profit. And from that profit, he is giving 20 to the Messenger, 20 to the Messenger, 20 to the Messenger. So what the Messenger is receiving, that is 20 of the people, from the people. Whatever Allah has bestowed from the people of the cities over His Messenger. So the Messenger is getting the 20 amount, the 1/5 of the amount of the people's profits to the Messenger has been given, 20, 20, 20. And it is again is for these categories. The categories are the same, but that amount has been given to the Messenger. So that the wealth The reason is given so the wealth may not be a thing taken in turns among the rich of you. So the wealth not only circulate among the rich class, it should be circulated among the poor and the needy also. That is the reason that Allah has taken out that 20 from the people, the rich class people, and to be shared among these categories that I mentioned. So that 20 is given to the messenger. So whatever Allah has bestowed over the messenger of the cities, over his messenger are this. So the wealth may not be taken in turns by the rich people amongst you. Then whatever the messenger gives to the people, you take it, and whatever he forbids, you withhold, you forbid. So this is how. So these are again 6 categories, and two categories. I read further. It says further ayahs 8 and 9. للفقراء المهاجرين الذين أخرجوا من ديارهم وأموالهم يبتغون فضلا من الله ورضوانا وينصرون الله ورسوله أولئك هم الصادقون والذين تبوا الدار والإيمان من قبلهم يحبون من هاجر إليهم ولا يجدون في صدورهم حاجة مما أوتوا ويؤثرون على أنفسهم ولو كان بهم خصاصة ومن يوق الشح نفسه فأولئك هم المفلحون. And it the sadqa, the charity is for the fuqara, muhajirin, the poor migrants who are expelled from their circles and their wealth, seeking the bounty from Allah and good pleasure and helping Allah and His Messenger. They are those who are truthful. And the sadqa charity is for those who are the settlers of the circle and of the belief, who migrated from before them. They love whosoever migrate towards them, and they do not find in their chest any need for what they are given, and they do not have any effect over themselves. Even poverty is with them, and whoso is guarded against the stinginess of his soul, then they are those who are prosperous. In these 3 ayahs, I just want to emphasize the 6 categories are the same. That ayat that I read in Anfal 8:41, here the 2 more categories are included, and they are the muhajirin, the poor migrates. Lil fuqara al muhajirin, the migrate from not from one country to another country. They are migrating in belief from non-Muslim to Iman, like from Christian to believers, and poor migrate, like from Hindu to Muslims, or non-believer to believer. So these are the migrates. These are the migrates. Poor migrates. If they are poor migrates, their behavior is mentioned. They help Allah. They are the helpers of Allah, and they seek the bounty of Allah and helping Allah and His Messenger. So these poor migrants, muhajir, lil fuqara al muhajirin, they are the poor migrates.